Hey, assalamualaikum everyone. Welcome back to Pepe Update. Let's talk about some few things that I wanna tell you guys. So the market is really bad, right? But I'm a chill guy. I am in this business and I know how to deal with a lot of storm, to be honest with you. But before I talk about something very important, let's do a little bit of update on Pepe, and then let's get back into a very different conversation here. All right, first of all, let's get into the Bitcoin update. And Bitcoin has finally lost the trend line that I have been very afraid of. Pepe has also lost the price target that I've told you before. And there's a technical target for Bitcoin to go down to $77,000. Now, to be honest with you, it's not a secret. It is not a secret that for 3 months since December, I have been talking about the CME gap over and over again, countless of times, and I've said that Bitcoin is in trouble to go to 77k and fill the CME gap. So I expected Bitcoin to do this thing, but the problem was altcoin. I wasn't expecting altcoin to go that down. For example, it is crazy that when Bitcoin corrected down like 10%, right, all the way down to $97,000, Pepe corrected 60%. What is 10% versus 60%? So that was a very big difference. That is something that was a little bit out of my understanding. What I was expecting was Bitcoin to go down to 77k and Pepe go down to 900 or maybe 1000 level and actually start to go back up again. But we're still trying to go down to 77k. And when you look at Pepe is at 800 and something right now. So we lost the stop loss that I gave you before, which was down to 790 or something. So we've taken it out, right? We've taken that one out, and the problem actually starts. So what is the problem itself? When it comes down to this problem, there's only one place that makes a lot of sense, and that is to come down to probably 446, because that's where you are looking for the prices. But before, I made one video and I talked about one pattern that was very similar. So I'm going to repeat this pattern with you one more time, and let's talk about this one at the moment. So if you notice, again, it was this pattern right over here. This was a smaller version of this one right there, right? So we had the trend line and we lost the trend line and we went to the downside. And here again, we've lost the trend line and we're trying to go to the downside just again. But the good thing is that when you go down, when you went down like this, you started to go back up again and you made a very big move to the upside. And something like that could happen where you just go down and then you start to go back up again and you cross the all-time high and then you start to go back for the new all-time high. By the end of the day, it is crypto and things are not over. So to end things, and let's talk about this one very quickly. So I'm going to take the fib retracement and try to navigate where the next move down is going to be. So if we take the bottom to the top here of the previous move down, we saw a move to 0.618, which was actually at 93. So considering that the golden ratio was the bottom, how about we apply the very same rule at the moment and see what is going to happen again. So if we go on, take the fib retracement, take the very bottom and to the top of that one, then we have the 0.618, which is sitting at 330, right? So there are chances where, now of course, first of all, since you lost this trend line, you could actually go to 497. And if you make it to 497, I don't really think it's a big deal if you actually make it to 330. There's no very big distance between these two prices. So if you ever go to 330, consider this as one big buying opportunity one more time. And this could actually be the bottom and the final place to hold for Pepe. Now, one reason that 330 can actually be the next big place, big support, is also the previous all-time high back in May 2023. And if we take that one right over here, so it actually points to maybe 300 or 390-ish. Yeah, so you have the price of 381, which is not very far from 330. So maybe wick down to 330 and then hold 380 or 400 and something like that. What I want to say is that's going to sound very bad, but I have to talk about this because it's important to talk about this. This is crypto, right? You have volatility. Crypto was created to be volatile. It's not forex, it's not stocks. You don't have 10%, which is a dramatic change. You're going to have 90%, so you're going to have 70%. And what about the move up? You're going to have 10x's, 50x's, and whatnot. Back in 2020, I was sitting in my class at university. Was an entrepreneurship class actually, and during that time we had a black swan event in the market. So by black swan event, if you remember, Bitcoin went from, I don't know, $10,000 all the way, crashed down to $4,000, right? At that time the prices were consolidating, 10 to 15% consolidation. A lot of people during those days, they actually used to think that, hey, you know what, we're going to see our coins, they're consolidating and break out and go to the upside and give us an amazing bull run. But that didn't happen. The opposite actually happened with the black swan event taking place. So what is the black swan event? What is black swan? Black swan is something that you don't expect, and that is a crash, a very big crash that wipes out everyone out of the equation and scares a lot of people, and a lot of people want to try to run away. Am I saying that black swan event is going to happen? Maybe. Could it not happen? Maybe. We have 77K, that's given, but 77 to $72,000 is a very, very big area for Bitcoin, because from that place we could actually start to go back up to $190,000. There's a very big support, because that's also where you have your previous all-time high, 69K. So the story is not over until it's over, and it's February. We have 10 more months to see what happens in the market. And if people are going to say, okay, right now a lot of you are pissed off, a lot of you are angry, same here, me too, but I don't have other option than to wait. I'm still going to hold, because holding has always proven to be good. I've had bad experiences, and when I was talking about that price consolidation, so whatever coin was at $25, it used to go down to $21, back to 25, and then back to 19. So it used to consolidate between that range. We didn't have a breakdown or a breakup until coronavirus happened. Things went down. My teacher, when he was teaching us entrepreneurship, and that's the thing, he was an entrepreneur. He was smart. And entrepreneurs, what do entrepreneurs do? They take risk. They live in risk, big reward. What he said, his dialogue was, whatever you bought, you could have bought for the price of gold, now you're getting it at the price of sand. Is this a good time to buy crypto? And do you know what I said? BS. Inside, BS. Everything is dead. Everything is just dead, BNB came down to $8. Ethereum went from 400 all the way down to $180. Bitcoin from 10,000 collapsing to $3,000 to $4,000. A lot of coins, whatever that is, man, 60, 70, 80% down already. And I thought that we're never going to get a bull run. And guess what happened? That capitulation, it's not as capitulation event as well. The second name of Black Swan. Capitulation means crash, right? The three word, Black Swan, capitulation, crashes. Crashes are important. And if it happened, I'll say this, if you have money, try to get a trade. Try to buy something, a good project. Try to get into a good project. Don't put too much money. Don't invest too much. Be the entrepreneur. If you're into crypto, I'm just telling you the smart thing to do that I will do. Keep in mind, it's risky business. But then again, if you get the crash, take advantage of the crash. It's gonna pay dividends, because to me, that's at least how I went from $800 to almost 4K. After the crash happened, all these coins, they went from 50 to 100x in the bull run. They still went, but they didn't go suddenly high. They still consolidated for 2 months. Like, you had the crash happens, and the market stayed down for like 2 months, and they start to go back up again. So we might actually see this drama until May, maybe until June. And then from May or June, during the summer time, we start to see an incredible market. One more calculation that I want to tell you. We have 300 days to end the year. Tell me if I'm lying that isn't it true that a coin can pump 100% in just 2 days? If I told you SHIB can do 100% in 2 days, you'll still say yes, it's possible, right? So think about that. You have these crashes going on. Yes, it's going down, it's going down. You think nothing can actually go back up again. But isn't it true that you have the bear market that goes sideways and goes down? You have the chart that is actually very long to the downside, and then suddenly it's a big green candle to the upside? That can happen. We live for that. That's what I'm living for. That's what I'm expecting for. I'm not guaranteed it's going to happen, but at least, hey, it's what history says. It's what the market does. It is how it behaves. And we could actually have 30 to 50 days of amazing bull run somewhere down the road still, and everything recovers within 1 week. In the next week we have 5x going on. In We're 2 months in and we have 20-30x already happening. Chances are still there, right? Chances are still there. The people who are going to get pissed off are the people who trade futures, liquidations, um, market manipulations. These are really bad things, but that's trading. One is trading, one is taking risk, being an entrepreneur, taking advantages of crashes. That's another thing in itself. It's a strategy. So if you're failing short term, 1 hour time frame is being manipulated, 2 hour time frame is being manipulated, well, that's a different story. You're failing on a very different subject in there. But don't lose this one. Don't lose the crashes because now you're angry. So what? If you're angry, so what? Chill, relax, hold. It's crypto. That's all for the video. I'm going to see you in the next one in the office.